7 in the morning. So let's talk about fitness roadblocks. I wanted to tell you, you are welcome. Go ahead and follow so you'll get the announcement when we show up on Friday, okay? I had a massage client, and this is kind of an interesting little story. So she's never been to me for personal training. Now, those of you that don't know, I have my own private studio, and then attached on the studio was a bathroom and a massage room, because I'm a massage therapist as well. So she was coming to me for a massage, and she called me about 10 minutes before her appointment. I was wrapping up with another massage, and so I just listened to her voicemail, and she said, hey, I'm on my way. I might be a few minutes late. I'm so sorry. This is the funny part. Hey, Vic, she said, I stupidly stopped at Jack in the Box on my way to my session. I'm gonna work at 7:30, yes. So I'm gonna talk to you guys until my next group of clients gets here. So she said, I stupidly stopped at Jack in the Box. And I was thinking to myself, now this lady, I don't think knew that I do personal training as well. I was like, well, yeah, you did. I was just joking. But, well, thanks, Rob. So, yeah, I know. Actually, Rob, my husband gives an awesome massage. I keep telling him, you should quit your job and do massage. But he said he'd only have one client. But he does great work. I can't believe how he can find the spots. He does good. So, okay, so anyway, so I thought that was really funny. Okay, so she said that. I was just making light of it. I didn't say it to her, of course. I was just joking. And I was like, obviously she doesn't know I'm a personal trainer, because none of my training clients would have ever said that to me. They would have been looking in their rearview mirror at Jack in the Box to see if I was there. They do it at the grocery store. So she came for a massage, she finished up, and we were in the gym chatting, and she was telling me a bunch of reasons why she wasn't going to the gym right now. And so that's what my blog post is about, because these are really common reasons that people don't fit in their health and fitness. So we're going to go over those today, but I wanted to tell you then what she said as we were talking, and she was going through these reasons. And these are all legitimate reasons that many people have, but there are ways around them, and that's what we're going to hit on today. But she then said, she goes, it's just so hard to lose weight. Is it an interactive cat? Well, right now I'm going to tell my thing, and then because I want to get through my points before my clients get here, and then you are welcome to chit chat, and I will try to address your comments. I may not answer questions till the end though, okay? So she said it's just so hard to lose weight. And I was like, well, in my mind, now this is, I guess, my cynical side. I was like, well, yeah, when you go to Jack in the Box, it is hard to lose weight. Now, that's not to say it's easy to lose weight either. I totally understand that. So it just made me think, the whole conversation, I was like looking at the whole thing. She had about maybe 60 pounds to lose. I was looking at the whole thing thinking, so she was rushing around to get to her massage, so she stopped at fast food, but she says it's hard to lose weight. So obviously there's kind of a disconnect there. And I think we all do this. I think I do this. There's a little disconnect about what we want, and are we willing to do the work to get what we want? And sometimes we're not. I have one client, she wants to know why she's getting stronger, but she's not getting leaner. And she knows that she does not want to stop drinking beer in the evening. So she made her decision right there. You won't get leaner until you stop drinking all that beer in the evening. But that's part of what she enjoys out of life. So as long as she understands that particular goal to enjoy your beer in the evening won't support your goal to get leaner, then she can reconcile that with herself, and she can decide that, okay, well, I'm not willing to cut the beer, so I'm going to have this extra bit of fat on me. And that works for her. So adding beer and trying to it doesn't really work. So she has to decide which one she wants more, and if she wants to get leaner, then she'll cut the beer, and when she's ready, and that's totally fine. But in the meantime, she's okay. Hello, San Diego. She's okay getting stronger. Okay, so let's go over you're welcome, Rob. Is it Robin? Robin. Okay, let's go over 6 fitness roadblocks that people run into. And I want beer bomb. That's funny, Rob. That most people, these are things that I hear all the time, people saying, and this might be you as well. If you've got another roadblock, I would love you to put it in the comments, because I will add it, and maybe I'll make another blog post about it. All right, so if you want this full deal thing in bacon flavor, that'd be awesome. If you want the full commentary on this, go check out the blog post. You can read the whole thing, the whole article. I'm just going to give you snippets of what I wrote, okay? So, most people say, I don't know what to do. One of the reasons I opened a private studio is because I used to work in a large gym, and I used to see people come into the weight room. I'd be working with clients or working out myself, and they'd have this glazed look, and they just it looked a little sad, hopeless, insecure. And I always knew those are the people that aren't going to last very long because they don't know what to do. There's nobody here to help them. You know, they got like one show through the equipment, and it wasn't enough to make them feel confident in what they're doing. So they would come up and they would do a few minutes on the treadmill, and then they kind of look around, and then they would go over to the circuits and they'd do a few exercises there. And there was a lot of looking around going on. And I think it was a combination of things. One, it's who's looking at me, and what are other people doing? Like, what am I supposed to be doing here? And it would be really hard. Think about the first day you go into a job and you don't know what you're doing, and you're feeling, yeah, exactly. And you're feeling like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm being super productive here. I hate doing a job or helping somebody if I don't testify, right? If I don't know exactly what's expected of me, because I don't feel like I can give it my all, and I feel like, am I hitting the mark here, you know? So it's probably very similar to people that go to the gym and don't know what they're doing. And I don't blame you by any means, because I wouldn't like to feel that way. Like, I wouldn't know, well, hi Al, how do I know when I'm done? And how do I know if I did enough? How do I know if I did too much? How do I know if I'm going to hurt myself? How do I know if this is being really effective for my time here, right? And so I wouldn't be terribly motivated to go if I thought I was just going to go spinning my wheels. It's intimidating for those people. I always try to lend a hand, but I recommend those people to ask. Right. And some people just aren't comfortable asking. So I want to give you a couple ideas. If that's you, if you feel like I just don't know what to do for my workout. Number one, don't learn the wrong way. Find good quality people to learn from. Make sure that whoever you're watching is giving you form tips. Like if you're watching a video, that they're giving form tips. Because that means they care about your form. They're not just slapping some workout out there and saying, here, do this thing. Because how would you know? You know, if you've never done squats, how do you know if you're doing the form properly, right? So you can hire a trainer. Even if you just hire, I know it sounds like, oh gosh, I can't afford a trainer. If you hire a trainer just to show you proper form, we do that. Come on in, and I've had people do this before. Come in, I'll show you how to do a squat, what to look for, what's a sign of you're doing it wrong, pain, and things like that. Let's do a lunge, let's do the push-ups, let's do your core. Let me tell you roughly what's up with your body so that you can, so that you can at least know that you're on the right track, okay? Trainers can do that. Online trainers can do that. I can do that for you through Skype. So don't feel like there's nobody out there if you don't know somebody to do this, okay? Because there are. You could join a group exercise class. If you join a group exercise class, most likely they're going to be helping you with form tips. If they're not, and it's a gigantic class, I would choose a smaller class. If it's this huge class of 50 people, the instructor cannot tell you very well what you're doing right and wrong. I'd choose a small class, go to a group exercise class, and learn exercises. And eventually you'll be able to take those into the weight room, or you'll be able to do some of those at home, and you'll be instructed as to form. Make yourself a plan. Like, know when you go to the gym what you're going to do. I have to do this for myself. If I don't have a plan, I know all these exercises, but if I don't have a plan, I am not that motivated to push through it because, you know, I just dabble in this and I dabble in that, and it's really not very effective use of my time. And, you know, I don't really know if I've met my goal for that day of getting specific exercises done in a certain amount of time. So have a daily plan and have a weekly plan. For example, look at your week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to strength train. Tuesday, Thursday, I'm going to do high intensity interval training. I'm going to walk 3 nights a week. Whatever it is, have a plan, mark it down. Make a plan so that you know what your goal is for that day, your task is. And then within that plan, okay, so I'm strength training Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What does that look like? What exercises am I doing? How many? What's my warm up and my cool down going to look like? Have a plan. A trainer can write that out for you. You can go to like bodybuilding.com, has tons of plans, depending on what your goals are. Okay, so there are lots of places that you can go to get specific outlines of plans, okay? So that answers the I don't know what to do. Don't let that hold you back from the gym. Find out what to do. Pinterest, for example, has tons of little plans to do. Not that they're all, as a trainer, sometimes I look at them, I'm like, well, that's not the best. But if it's most of the ones on Pinterest, even if it's not the best as far as being very well balanced, if you're using a Pinterest plan just to get you moving, it's probably not going to hurt you as long as your form is okay. As long as you're changing things up and you're not doing the same thing every day for 5 years straight, all right? Because the ultimate goal is to get you to the gym, is to get you moving so that you can learn. Should you always stretch before doing any exercise, and how long? Do you know what? I like to, cool water woman, I like to do dynamic stretches. You know what? Let's do that Thursday. I'm doing it. Okay, so Thursday is always the workout day, okay? Let's do some warm-ups on Thursday instead of an actual workout. I like the idea, cool water woman. So I do dynamic stretches, which means I don't necessarily, let's see, Thursday is at 7 a.m. So, for example, I don't just hold a stretch. Look at all the paint on my arm. I painted my house yesterday. I don't just hold the stretch. I would do movement stretch. So I might go, reach up and over my head. So I'm kind of stretching while moving. So there's just an example of maybe a dynamic movement that's not really a strength training movement, but a movement. So I know you guys can't see this very well. I knew you'd be proud, Al. Ralph. So another one I like to do is like a lunge and a rotation. So I'm stretching and moving at the same time, all right? So, and no, the treadmill wasn't moving while I did that. That'd be impressive. All right, so there's an example for you. But let's do that. I like the idea, cool water woman. What's your first name? To show dynamic movements, because that's a question I get quite often. All right? So, and usually 5 to 10 minutes, depends on the time of day. If my clients are first thing in the morning, they haven't been moving. Claudia, hello Claudia, good to have you. They haven't been moving, so I like to make sure they're good and warm and they've got lots of movement. If it's evening and they've been sitting all day, no thanks, and they've been sitting all day, then they need to get up and move and stretch out some of these muscles that have been crunched up. So it depends on the person exactly what I do, and their posture and their body, stuff like that. So I get a little more specific with my clients, but I can give you guys some good general ones on Thursday. I love it. Thanks, Claudia. Okay, number 2, I'm intimidated to go to the gym. And this is what this one gal said, and this thing breaks my heart and frustrates me at the same time because it makes me mad, not at the girl that thinks this, but just the fact that this is even a stigma in our society. She said, I'm intimidated to go to the gym because I feel like people are looking at me like, what's the fat girl doing here? Oh, makes me so sad. Did you guys see there was a post of a girl, she was like either Victoria's Secret, exactly, Rob, I was just writing that in an email to my list. I was going to share the blog post, and I was saying, you know what? I want you to think about the fact that that person, you walk into the gym and you're like, everybody knows what they're doing, and I feel like they're looking at me like, what the heck is she doing here? She's got 60 pounds to lose. Why would she even be here? Then that person that's on that treadmill sprinting his brains out did not wake up one day just sprinting his brains out, right? He had to work his way up there. Arnold had to work his way up there. Everybody had to learn those exercises to get to where all those people doing all those different things in the gym had to go find resources to figure out what to do, right? So remember, that's you. That's your starting place. Don't compare other people's highlight reel with your day-to-day, right? Hi, Jamie. It's Jamie's birthday. Happy birthday, Jamie. So here, if you're intimidated to the gym, I want to encourage you to not let that hold you back. You gotta, in my blog post, I was writing about, Arnold was born ripped, you're right. I was writing about getting out of the car and moving the roadblock, right? That's the thing. If you drove down the road and you saw a roadblock and you were just determined to get beyond it, or to the gym, whatever, you'd have to get out of the car and move the roadblock. So, oh, good job, Jamie. Good to have you today. Happy birthday. So sometimes this is going to take work. And the question is, are you willing to do the work? right? Are you willing to find out what to do? Are you willing to jot down a weekly plan? Are you willing to hire a trainer? Are you willing to go to a group exercise class? Are you willing to, for one day when you step into that gym, imagine nobody had any thoughts about you whatsoever, and just go in your little bubble, go to the gym and do your thing? But it takes work. And that's really the question. Are you willing to do the work? Because I'm going to lay out these roadblocks for you. All right? If you are intimidated to go to the gym, don't let that stop you. Find a small gym. Actually, there's an article, Rob. That's a really good question. I did a blog post on that. If you go to the blog post that I linked in my bio, halfway down, there is a link to another blog post that I wrote about how to choose a personal trainer. And there's lots of areas in that, okay? So, and I'm happy to do another scope on it, but let me get through this one and then we could use that next week maybe. All right, so find a smaller setting. I told you guys that's why I opened this studio. I think I told you guys this before. The reason that I opened this private studio is for those people that walked into the gym and felt so intimidated by the people that knew what they were doing and the people that thought they were the fat girl and whatever. And honestly, I don't know if anybody's on those treadmills thinking you're the fat girl, but I can totally see how you would walk in feeling like people are thinking that. And I want to encourage you that Sarah's here. Hey, Sarah. I want to encourage you, don't let what you think somebody you don't even know is thinking. This is convoluted for this early in the morning. Don't let somebody you don't even know, don't let what you think they might be thinking prevent you from taking a step forward to better health and nutrition and movement and whatever. Don't just block it out. Go in your bubble, your whatever your name is bubble, your Sarah bubble, your Rob bubble, your Ralph bubble. Don't worry about you. Yeah, exactly. Most people are way more worried about themselves. However, I saw a really irritating post, Sarah, I bet you saw this too, about, I think she was either a Victoria's Secret model or I can't remember, she was some kind of swimsuit model or something. And she took a picture of a woman in the sauna, exactly in purple. I love it. She took a picture of a heavier set woman in the sauna and said something to the effect of, yes, good one, very good one, wrenchability. And she took a picture of a heavy set woman and said, if I have to see this, you do too. And she posted it on Instagram or I think it was Snapchat. And that is unfortunate because that is what sets people back. Because I know that people saw that news article and were like, see? And it's sad because a few people are like that. But think of it, it's just a few people. Exactly. Don't let some idiot, I'm sorry, it's a strong word, but don't let some idiot affect your health and your life and what you want for you. Because probably the ratio of idiots to great people are very small, I like to think, right? So there's a whole feed going through women sharing their pics. Oh no, are you kidding? That's in a bad way, Sarah. You mean like they're showing not nice pictures? That's bad. She should be fired. Yeah, and this was a girl that was visiting the gym. Oh, of themselves. Oh, I see. Well, that's good then. Awesome. Very good. So I want you to, if you're intimidated to go to the gym, I want you to get in your bubble first. Just, you are strong enough to walk in that gym. Yeah, exactly. They're too busy looking at themselves. You are strong enough to walk in that gym, and I want you to think about what you're doing for you, not the other people in the gym, okay? Because what you're doing for you and your kids and your grandkids and your spouse or your future spouse is so much bigger and so, I'm about to get all crazy here, you guys. So much bigger and so much more important than anything that these people you don't even know that might be awesome, might be jerky, are thinking, right? And here's the thing too, so someone like myself that is so passionate and nerdy about health and fitness, seeing the people that go into the gym with the scared look on their face, I just want to get off my treadmill and be like, come on, let's do this, you know? I don't want to get all in their bubble, but but most people that enjoy a healthy life of health and fitness, I like to think most people just want you to experience it too, and they just want you to experience the good health. There are people that are going to be arrogant and jerky about it, but surround yourself with the other ones, right? Okay, so find a smaller, more private gym where you feel comfortable. There's curves, there's women's gyms specifically for women, if that's you, if you feel uncomfortable working with men. Yeah, Ralph is a man and he feels lost in the gym. It's true. So, and I just hate that feeling, and I could see it on people's faces, which is why I did the small studio. So there's tons of boutique studios popping up. I totally suggest you find a smaller studio to get more attention and to feel less intimidated. I also find, I was screaming on the inside, I also suggest maybe a trial membership. Get a short-term membership and feel the place out. Now, there is a caveat with this. I only have a few minutes, so I might have to come back later and finish this off. But remember, there's a blog post about this too. But I want you to think about that. If you're going to go for a short-term membership, don't go with the thing, well, I can just quit because it's short. Go saying, I'm going to give this the best try for the 1 week that they gave me. I'm going to try all the different aspects of the gym and really, really try to find my comfort zone in this gym. Okay? So you have to go with that perspective, not the perspective of, well, at the end of the week, having a bunch of excuses that could have been overcome with your mindset, right? So do that. Try to engage with the people at the desk. You put it out there. I know sometimes at churches too, people will go to church and they won't come again because they'll be like, well, no one said hi to me. And you think, did you say hi to anyone else? You know, I mean, it is our obligation to, invite people in and make them feel welcome. But we can't sit in the corner expecting, hi, Jean Ballison, can't sit in the corner expecting the front desk lady to come to us and ask us all about our life and our day. So engage with people. Yeah, and the free trial classes, just to find what you like. So get a short-term membership. Try all aspects of the gym and go at quieter times. If you feel like it's the people that will intimidate you, go at quieter times when you feel comfortable kind of just looking around and experiencing the gym for yourself, all right? Or go on a quieter day. Hi, Mark R. Fitness. How are ya? Go with a friend so that you have the power of two. You don't feel... I missed that, Vic. Too many people said hi to you. That's funny. I'm good, Mark. How are you? Try out new areas of the gym and gain confidence in those areas. But you got to know that the good things happen when you step out of your comfort zone. But just sit in that parking lot before you go in, put your happy purple bubble on, right, Sarah? And get yourself ready to go. And eventually it will be second nature for you just to walk in that gym. But I recognize that the first times you go, yes. So also when you get a trial membership, always ask if they have a program to walk you through the equipment. Because usually they'll have a program where one trainer will take you through, excuse me, through each of the equipment, show you how to set it up. One time often is not enough. People forget. It's a lot of information. But at least you'll feel like on that first visit, you have somebody there with you, okay? Let's see. I probably have just a couple minutes. Here's one thing, this conversation with this lady. She said, well, I had a really good partner, but my partner moved away. That's a big deal too, because this woman that felt uncomfortable going to the gym, finally found a partner. It was a guy, and he was able to show her some of which, I think is okay too, Rob, to a certain degree, as long as they're not sitting on the equipment socializing, because that's a big part of health. In my opinion, I feel like the gym should be, that's what culture I try to create here, is I try to create a culture where the girls look forward to coming because they're excited to see their friends and catch up and things like that. Because I'm a trainer, can keep them on track. That's the thing. So I want you to, I was going to say, this lady, she found a partner that was really made her feel comfortable. He knew a little more what he was doing, so they kind of met. She had some accountability because she was going to meet him, and then he moved away. And so she stopped going. And I can totally understand why she would do that, because now her comfort zone is, bye, Mark, because now her comfort bubble is gone. But it's really important to find another comfort bubble. Again, another good opportunity to hire a trainer. I'll tell you, my clients have become some of my very most respected people because I learn something from them all the time. They are just awesome people. I have the best clients ever. And they have made good friends in here too. So you might find by hiring a trainer, you just found a really good friend or a good social group. Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, with the headphones. Yes, I know. I find sometimes when I actually go to a gym, which isn't very often anymore, I like to wear headphones because I like to just do my thing and then socialize. But here's another thing. I don't know about you guys, but you could search for this. Here in Sandpoint, we have a Facebook group that is, I can't even remember, it's like Facebook outings or something, and it's a local group of women. I think it's men and women, but it just tends to be more women because they're off in the day more frequently. And they get together and they say, hey, we're meeting at so-and-so for a hike or a bike ride. And it's just kind of open to anyone that wants to go and bring a friend and whatever. I think it's awesome because everybody going to that expects brand new people to be there. And it's super low key. It's just, hey, anybody want to go for a bike ride? I'm leaving from Syringa Heights at this time. And you can meet there. So find some local groups, like outing groups or active groups, and join those groups and find out what's going on, because it's going to take you time to build that relationship. The perfume, yeah, I have to say, very good point, Rob. I need to do an article on etiquette. Don't wear perfume to the gym. It is, I've had to ask clients to stop because it's offensive. Not you, sorry. It's hard to work out hard when you're choking on fumes. Okay, so connect with other people, hire a trainer, or grab a coworker. Find somebody at work that just, even if that friend, just the person there we go, that wants to just get more active and walk at lunch, that could develop into something bigger. Hey, let's walk at lunch and let's go to yeah, but please do wear deodorant. Exactly. There's a fine line, right? So grab a coworker and just think, okay, well, I lost my training partner. I'm never going to have another one. Don't think that way. Think about it's going to take you time to build a new training partner, but it will happen. You just have to give it time.